might get an early wicket.
Rupesh once again strikes him on the pad. Sliding down the leg again, you would think they scurry through for a leg by. Short. Bad in Astra. So haven't quite got going yet, the two strike batsman. Some musical accompaniment, which is always great. What's Weatherall got? He's on 5 from 2. And he lofts beautifully off his hip and will have cleared the fence. What's Weatherall got? He's on 5 from 50 a few years ago against Mongolia. 9 balls to make 50. And he's one of just a few players in T20 internationals to score 6 sixes. Every ball in an over went for a 6 in 1 over. So he's a very talented cricketer. He's bowling some off breaks at the moment. Comes around the wicket. Quicker delivery and no run.
Quick in the field as well, looking by his movement there. Looking forward to seeing him with bat in hand, judging by those stats, but at the moment I'll happily settle for spin. Good start to this over.
Comes again to short, and it's on middle of leg, and it's swept away down towards backward square. Beautiful shot, magnificently timed. Vacant area. They might need to think about loading that spot up if the bowler is going to deliver it there. And another 4 to short, he's up to 14. Experienced player, He's played 64 ODIs and 82 T20 internationals.
You mentioned he got one of those batting figures against Mongolia. That'd be an interesting cricket backdrop there. We've got a pretty interesting one here tonight, the beautiful tropics of the Darwin, dry season, sun setting, and you mentioned there's plenty of crowd members just filtering in and sitting over that far side to capture the cricket and the sunset in one go. Harry coming in for ball number 4 of his first over.
A couple of boundaries off it, a little hop and a skip, and it's punched away just into the mid-wicket region. Easy single taken to short, up to 15. Here in the midst of this magnificent sporting precinct here in Darwin, the Marara precinct. We've got a golf course, we've got the main oval where Australian rules football is played. We're on the cricket arena today. It's basketball, netball, a shooting range, BMX riding, rugby league, tennis. It's an incredible precinct. Football, soccer as some might know it. This one is short on middle leg stump. No run allowed. It was too well timed off the bat, and even though the field quite deep on the offside, the ball travelled too quickly. So a dot ball, the second of the over. So good comeback by Airy. What's he got for the last ball? Can he contain them? They're 36 in the third over. And once again, a good finish by Airy. Another quicker delivery on the leg stump. And the strike going at 12 and over after 3.
Squad over in this Marara precinct as well. Robin, you mentioned golf before. Will Sutherland, I think he might have almost got his sports confused earlier today. He hit a 6 right over the fence. It almost went for a hole-in-one over there. Alas, he never loses.
Either you win or you learn.
Greece International.
Connecting life and learning. नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो बाइक नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट
Rupesh was pretty good off his first, just 7 runs from it. When you consider one of those went for 6, not a bad effort. As he comes in the bowl to short, who makes a little bit of room and lofts him straight down the ground. Didn't time it all that well, and the fielder long on. Onto it now, will need to scurry a little bit. Weatherall does just that. The throw was slightly astray, and the strike get 2.
Starting to look a little bit more comfortable. Short and Weatherall a little bit nervous for Short. At first he took a while to get going and had a few sundries which maybe might have thrown a spanner in the works for him.
Short bat aloft, Rupesh wide outside the off stump. And that would have been lucky to breach a gully fieldsman if we had a traditional longer form field in place. That was incredibly wide. Only one run for it. So a little loose. First over. I'm sure he'll rebound. Discussion there with his fielder at mid-off. Fielders out at the moment, both on the leg side. There's a wideish long on and a deep backward square leg of the two fielders on the boundary. All the other fielders right on the circle. And now around the wicket. And lofted high, very high and long, onto the practice nets for another 6 to Darcy Short. He goes into the 20s.
Yeah, great strike there from Short. Starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. His first 6 of the evening, and the second for the NT strike side. Take a look at this crack. As you said, over into the cricket nets. Already NT strike closing in on their first half century as a squad. Almost 3.5 overs in.
Rupesh losing a bit of control, bowling a very wide delivery and then a very short ball which was dispatched. He's gone back over the wicket to Short. Tucks him up on the leg side off the thigh pad. Meanders its way into the offside and they run through for a leg bye. So on target for a huge total early on.
Dropped it back from that 19 they scored in the they conceded in the first over.
Weatherall now, short high, fielder running back on square leg, gets it, takes it, loose shot forced by Rupesh. He finally gets the right line, Weatherall getting under it, skying the ball, and an excellent catch in the end. We've seen one drop tonight, although that did turn out to be a no ball by the captain. But this time, a very tricky catch. He had to make 15 to 20 metres, running backwards almost. Short ball, maybe onto him a little quicker than he expected. He got it high on the bat. And an excellent catch by the fielder there. Might actually be Kami, I think, the bowler that went for 15 in the first over. So he's made amends to a degree, getting the important wicket of Weatherall.
Yeah, 11 for 6. He'd be disappointed with that, particularly given how well he was striking a few weeks ago for the Australia A side. He's got time to make amends. Each team playing 6 games in this top end series, but he'd be disappointed with that total, as we said. It's been a little bit of an uncertain start for them. A lot of sundries, which
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ जोश को उत्साह मेहनत को लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
Delivery for Rupesh, making Dickman play. Down the pitch to mid-on. So very important wicket. It's the best way to stem the tide, stem the flow of runs in T20 cricket, take those wickets, bring a new batter to the crease. Needed couple at least, even in shorter form of the game. You still need a couple of sighters. The last ball of Rupesh is over. Bowling to Dickman. Just on your stump and a big edge. And bounces in front of the fieldsman there at a wide slip and no run. So 2 dots to finish the over. A wicket, then ... So excellent bowling by Rupesh. He's got 2 overs, 1 for 16. They just pegged the strike back a little bit after 4 overs, 1 for 46.
Yeah, conceded 10 off that, but that important wicket.
This is your sign to study abroad with the Duolingo English test.
I just took the Duolingo English test, and these are the 5 things I wish I knew before doing it.
बट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै पथा हुन्छ जोश को उत्साह मेहनत को लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Well flighted delivery, driven straight down the ground. Fielder at long off. Gets there before it hits the rope for a couple more, too short. Nice bouncing technique from Lamashane. So short is definitely the danger man now. He's well set, well into the 20s. Sweeping. And sweeping all the way to the rope. Excellent shot. So his placement there was perfect. He didn't hit it all that hard. His timing exquisite.
And now that he has sort of got a bit more of a judge on just how quickly those balls are coming in, he's probably a little bit more settled, and you're right, he doesn't need to necessarily absolutely crack them. It can just be a little bit more of a placement where appropriate to do so. That one, as you said, very well done and easily beat the boundary line.
Shane tries again. Well flighted, forces the false shot. It bounces just wide of the fielder at a wideish mid-off, and long off comes up to do the fielding, but definitely a false stroke by short. Bit of an exchange and a chat between batter and bowler. Looks friendly. An interesting over. A boundary in it. Leg spinners always add something to the game. Always sense something could happen. The batsman's eyes light up when those big loopy leggies are tossed up.
Dickman yet to get off the mark. Be hoping to do so here.
He bowled him! What a magnificent delivery. That was the wrong, and it was flighted. It was curving in, but instead of spinning away to the offside, it just kept going on. Clipped, I think, the top of the off stump, and Dickman goes for a duck, and Lamashane, who's looked really good in his first few balls, despite going for one beautifully swept boundary to short, he was dangerous. He's an experienced international cricketer, and that is a magnificent delivery, and the strike are being reeled back a little bit.
Yeah, not happy Dickman at all, really disappointed in that, going for a duck off just 3 balls. Just clipped the top of the wickets, as you said, knocked the bails off. In will come another left-hander. There is almost half the team, 5 left-handers in the NT side tonight, Rob. Connor Carroll coming in at second drop.
You never have enough lefties, Will.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
भाइ हजुर दाइ आकाशमा जाने हो कि पातालमा कोरिया दाइ
काम पाइस
काम पाए नि बा
आइफोन को लाग्ने हो आइफोन कुन चाहिँ
It's supposed to be a friendly tournament. So for Connor Carroll coming in, Lemeshane's going to go around the wicket, another lefty as you mentioned. That was a magnificent delivery. A perfect wrong-un that Shane Warne would have been proud of.
See if he can do it again.
Sandeep Lemeshane bowls turned that much at all, pretty much went straight on with the arm and worked away straight off the mark. Connor Carroll with a single, so he won't get a duck. And the total up to 2,454.
One ball left to come in. Sandeep Lemeshane's first over, which has been really impressive. Just the one boundary, but getting Dickman in a vulnerable position, sending him back without scoring a run or troubling the scorers.
He loved this wicket. He's been in his ear, maybe just softening him up a little bit. Comes in, bowls to short, flights it, and again the wrong-un. Turning away from the left-handed batsman. It was just a little short though, giving short, no pun intended, time to just rock back and punch it out down the offside for a single. 2 for 55, excellent first over, 1 for 9 Lemeshane.
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
दाई हजुर दाई आकाशमा जाने हो कि पातालमा कोरिया दाई
कम्पानीमा
Making record is not that easy. It's all about learning. Thank you, Grace, for connecting life with learning.
Greece International, connecting life and learning.
Looks like it'll be airy again, going from the southern end.
He's got short on strike. It's punched into the offside. Slight misfield by Rupesh. It should only be one run though. He's got a fielder backing up coming in from the boundary there in Kushal Malla. So just one run conceded from the first ball from Airy, who's the second ranked player according to the ICC in T20 internationals. It's an all-rounder. Carroll on strike, the new batsman. Quicker ball, short. Dot. Races through his overs, gives the batsman really no time to get settled. Around the wicket once again, flighted this time, full toss, punched forward of square leg, might beat the two diving fielders. Didn't, brilliant bit of fielding, able to swat it backwards. It was excellently placed, but the fieldsman coming around from mid-wicket, diving full length, was able to get to it first. A couple more runs only to Carroll, save 2. It's the back cut to the fielder at a very short third man, almost a deep gully. Always tough as a batsman, the bowler's hustling through. Nicely flighted, again a dot ball. It's a bit of curve on that ball.
Airy a bit more settled, just the 3 conceded off this over, conceded 9 in his first.
Can he finish off the 6th over with another dot? It's outside the off stump, straight to the fieldsman on the deep point boundary. So an excellent over, just 4 from it. The most economical over so far in the NT strike innings. They were sent into bat by Nepal. And after 6 overs, NT strike 2 for 59. Batsman out Weatherald for 11. Jacob Dickman, no score.
Bit of a shaky start for the Nepalese side. A lot of sundries in that first over, went for 19. Since then they've really steadied out and sort of talk about the batsman needing.
होटल बुकिङ अब इसेमा बाटै 2000 plus hotels all across Nepal. Hotels with the best rooms. Relax, retreat, rejuvenate. Hotels for every man. Escape to a holiday without the hassle. अब होटल बुकिङ पनि इसेमा बाटै.
excited to be here when you interviewed him pre-match, Will?
Yeah, very excited to be here. The whole side, just their eyes sort of lit up.
He's held that one back as Short went to reverse sweeps. I'm not sure whether there's a bit of gamesmanship in there or what happened, but potentially there was. Didn't go through with the delivery. Dead ball called. So Rohit tries again, just 1 or 2 paces. That's enough just to put Short off his game a little bit. All he can do is just push it into the covers. Just good steady bowling at the moment by the Nepalese. That's slightly wider and Short can't take full advantage. Excellent fielding at cover. On the circle. It's well timed, but the placement wasn't there.
That was Dipendra Singh Ari. Hoping we're getting the pronunciations right, but that's your man, Rob, very well in the field as well.
Rohit down the leg side, it should be a wide as he's called. They're going to take the run as well. Slight misfield won't matter, so the couple there to the total will be a wide. Carroll will come on strike.
Yes, the entire Nepalese side arrived sort of towards the back end of the Melbourne Renegades Melbourne Stars game and just lit up at the stars on the field there. So we are very excited to be here in Darwin.
Rohit. That's better, back on track. Outside the off stump to Carroll. So a good start. So the slow bowlers making an impact. Lamashane's got a wicket. Ari. Now the reverse sweep's been attempted. Won't beat the field. Another single only.
Good over from the skipper. Just conceded the 4 runs so far. And again, they're just reducing that run rate now to a very reasonable 9.22.
Last ball of the over is driven. Should just be a single, slightly wider the fielder out there. That's a wide long on or long off, and it is just 1 run. So brilliant over by Rohit, the captain, just 5 from it. So just 9 runs from the last 2 overs has been excellent by the Nepalese.
प्राइम विलेजबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Weatherall for just 11. Airy back at the crease, excited to see what he can do.
Light starting to take effect here at the XC Arena. Full toss, missed, and you can see the frustration by Short smashing his bat into the pitch. Full toss leg stump should have been dispatched over the roof of NT Cricket's headquarters. Here he gets away with it with a dot ball. Good pressure coming from Nepal. Flights this one outside off stump. Cut it back point to the fielder on the boundary. And that's just a single. So the dots and ones are starting to mount. All getting back into the game.
Yeah, Airy conceded 9 off his first, just 4 off his second, and just the 1 so far. 2 balls into his 3rd over.
Continues around the wicket. Lofted ball by Carroll. Over the fieldsman at mid-wicket. Beautifully struck. And a 6 to Connor Carroll. The economy of Airy has had some damage done to it with a short ball. Carroll timing it sweetly.
Starting to bring up some of those big hits as well. That's exactly what the fans, and judging by the waving of those flags, fans of both sides have come to see the excitement of T20 cricket.
He throws in a quicker ball, very, very short, has to do the fielding himself, misses it, won't concede an extra run though. Carroll into double figures. Just a tick under 10 runs and over now. Airy a couple to go in his 3rd over. Once again, quicker delivery. Punch down towards long on. They'll be happy with the singles. What he do? Well contained. contained on that occasion. Last ball of the third over for Airy. Last ball of the eighth over of the innings. Carroll back on strike. Airy short, missed through to the keeper, no touch on it. A dot ball to finish the overs. Good work by Airy. His third over and no wicket for 22, and after 8 it's 2 for 73. And brings up a boundary with a beautifully timed stroke.
We've been having a bit of banter between them so far tonight, Rob.
Yeah, he'll enjoy that one. So the reverse shot over cover. So rather than a traditional cover drive or back foot punch, just reversed the bat and lofted it to the boundary for 4. That one struck on the foot, going down the leg side. I think it might be a leg bite. It's going to be 4 runs, or did he get bat on it as well? We'll wait on the umpire. It doesn't matter, it'll be 4 more to the total. It's going to be signalled as 4. So 4 more runs there to Northern Territory strike and 4 more to Darcy Short. Total up to 81 in the 9th over.
Short closing in on 50. A little bit more to go. Yeah, we won't. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, Rob.
Good start to this over for NT strike. Short headed towards a half century. Lamashane's first over was good, went for just 9, and the wicket of the match so far with an excellent wrong-un to dismiss Jacob Dickman. Short has his measure at the moment. He got the third boundary in a row. Short outside the off stump. Hammered through and all the way to the boundary again. The fielder in the covers missed it. Well timed, well placed. 4 more to Short. He's up to 47. And the total rattles along to 2 for 85. 3 boundaries in a row.
Yeah, that fielder in there was the captain, Rod Kumar Waddell. Did a little bit of some good fielding here just early, but of course let that one through. Not too happy with it. That's cricket though.
Sandeep Lamashaine got this time. That's a better delivery. Again, the power of Short, though, will find yet another boundary. He seemed to hit the almost 2 sounds there as though he hit the pad of the bat as it went through. He didn't seem to hit it as cleanly as we know he can. It doesn't matter. 4-4-4-4. First 4 balls of the 9th over. Short brings up his 50 off 33, Will.
Yeah, he does. That takes him over the 50 mark. Now on 51. Starting to find his right. He did look very nervous early on in the innings, I think just as the Nepalese were sort of finding their feet as well, but definitely found his strides, and he'd be very happy with 16 off the over so far. Really keep the trend going.
Reverse sweeping and bowled in. That's a great comeback by Lamashaine. Short can't believe it. Punches his bat, smiles and a lovely handshake. That's what cricket's all about. Great banter, great byplay, but in the end, they acknowledge a good contest. Short goes for 51. Lamashaine gets his second wicket, and after conceding 4 boundaries off the first 4 balls, attempting the reverse sweep, Lamashaine gets his man and a vital 3rd wicket for Nepal.
Lamashaine changing it up a little bit as well. Just have a look at it here. A little bit of banter there, and Lamashaine was one of those cricketers I saw as they were walking in who was just very excited, his eyes lit up, just happy to be here playing cricket. You can tell he absolutely loves it every time he's out on the field. Looks like Darcy Short might be one of his idols as well.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाटै
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Tasmanian, or the Hobart Hurricanes as they're known, or I should say captain's Tasmania, but he plays for the Sydney Sixers, but because Hobart Hurricanes are part of this tournament, he can't play for them because of his contract with Sydney. So, still allowed to play in the tournament, but comes in as an import. Good news for NT Strike. What's he got for Lamashaine? Last ball of the over. He works it through mid-wicket, and he's immediately off the mark. That ends the 9th over. 3 for 90, Silk 1, Carroll 13. We saw the demise in that over of Short, who made a half century, 51 off 34.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
The all-important wicket of Darcy Short in that over.
And you saw the figure which has bumped up this total of 14 extras, which hasn't really helped. You take those away and it's a really competitive effort. It's still not too bad. As you can see, exactly 10 runs and over through 9 overs at 3 for 90. If they can get Silk early, they'd really like their chances of trying to keep NT Strike under 200. New bowler, Jar. Gulshan Kumar Jar. Back to pace after a stint of slow bowling. From the southern end, right arm over the wicket, outside off stump. Driving on the up, straight to the field, good dot ball for Nepal.
Skipper Rohit again doing some good fielding there. Ball came straight to him. He's had one over bowling so far, but he's definitely getting involved.
Asif, the wicketkeeper, bottom of screen, directing traffic, supporting his captain. Making a few suggestions to the field. Silk is working that from outside the off stump through mid-wicket. They've got one. This is excellent running. They come back for the second. It'll make it pretty comfortably. Throw was a bit wide. Silk was always going to make it though. Just placed it beautifully into the mid-wicket region that stopped inside the circle. The fielder had to come in from the boundary. Beautifully placed. Silk retains the strike.
Great fielding there. Had to be good running between the wickets as well, and it was. As you said, Silk was always making that, but had to be on his bike. 3 from 3, Silk.
Shan, full toss. Did make the most of it. Misfield. Broke through the hands of the fielder at mid-off and all the way to the rope. Costly miss by Nepal. Silk gets a boundary. Captain, bowler, and the rest of the team won't be happy. So in fact, it was the captain that let it through. So he's not had a good night in the field. He dropped a catch, which turned out to be a no ball. He's had a couple of misfields, and that is costly. Unfortunately, not quite leading from the front at the moment. Total up to 3 for 96. Bit of a delay as Nepal tries to set their field. Got a player at short fine leg. Gulshan Jar charges in wide. Another extra to the total. To about 15 I think now. It's having an impact.
As you said, that'd sort of bring them back down to 81. Their run rate at the moment, just over 10.2. I mean, they'd be relatively happy with that given the dewy conditions you get at the night games up here anyway, but if you take away those 15 runs, it's even better than that. A really sloppy start, but they're starting to build something now.
Still looking hungry for runs. Gets plenty on that. Backward of point, down to the rope for 4. Beat the fielder inside the circle. Beat the fielder at deep point. And another boundary brings up the 100 inside the 10th over for the strike. Silk looking dangerous. He's up to 11. The over becoming expensive.
And that takes NT Strike over the 100-run mark, just before the halfway point of their innings.
Off stump. pushed into the offside region. Player comes in off the rope. Bounce return, just the one run. Carroll hasn't had strike for a while. Silk's been controlling that. He's up to 12. 12 off 6. Pretty good going. Last ball, and we're up to the halfway mark of this innings. With the strike scoring at over 10 runs and over. Darcy Short's been the highlight so far, 51 off 34. Weatherall got 11. Dickman a duck. Shinjar tucks up Carroll. Gets one, might think about two, but the fielders were back onto it pretty quickly, including the bowler himself, who ran away to square leg. So 10 overs down here after winning the toss and sending NT Strike in to bat the ball. NT Strike a 3 for 103, Silk 12, Carroll 14.
And you mentioned that the
Making record is not that easy. It's all about learning. Thank you, Grace, for connecting life with learning.
Greece International, connecting life and learning.
हजुर दाइ आकाशमा जाने हो कि पातालमा कोरिया कोरिया दाइ
काम पाइस काम पाए नि बा यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
आउँदैन फेरि गाह्रो हो त्यो हुन्छ त्यो हुँदैन स्पार्क सिल्को गरेछ
very entertaining character on the field as well by the looks of it so far. Here comes Alarm. Good strike out there from Carroll. They'll do some heavy running there and make it 2. It's the first ball for 10th over. Ball again, taken relatively easy there. Again, they'll push for another 2, will they? Just easing into it, but would want to tighten up on 2 runs per ball, you'd think, Rob? Keeping on their toes.
Definitely looks like the slow bowlers are the way to go tonight. The quicker bowlers have been more expensive, albeit Lamashane 17. He's pretty over, but he's got a couple of wickets.
Striking Alarm on just his 4th ball. Didn't expect that one to come through at all. Seemed a little bit like he was just trying to ease into it, and bang! Struck while the arm was hot, struck while their guard was down. Connor Carroll goes for 18 off 17 balls, and NT Strike suddenly at 107 for 4.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
Making record is not that easy. It's all about learning. Thank you, Grace, for connecting life with learning.
Greece International,
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Unexpected wicket win from Alarm. Andrews will join Silk at the crease.
Always the best way in T20 cricket to just drag the scoring rate back is to take wickets. They've done it again. And Andrews, probably better known for his bowling, can absolutely bat as well, coming at 6. Got to know how to handle the willow.
stress over for Alarm. And just an easy block. Get through to the 12th over. NT striker, 4 for 107.
I'm बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Rohit Kumar Cordell. Just the one over tonight. 5 went through off him. He'll be hoping to replicate that again here in the 12th over. One pushed out, well fielded. Just the one off that one. Squeeze, another one through. And NT striker really dropped off here. Seemed like a little while ago that they crossed over that triple figure mark. Now just still sitting at 109. Silk goes bang. Drives that one into the outfield. But again, they can't really seem to get more than a couple of runs at a time these last couple of overs. Singles only the first 3 balls of this 12th over.
Rohit, like the skipper, like the green tinge to the pitch, but it's the slowies that are doing the damage.
Alarm now doing work in the field. Bring it back again, keeping them. Just one run there.
It's good energy too. They're charging in from the boundary. They're running back into position. Sense an opportunity. Keeper directing traffic.
So 5 singles off this over so far. You mentioned that crowd, Rob. It's definitely behind the Nepalese team, and sustaining them at the moment. They've been really tight these last couple of overs, and when they haven't, a wicket will come. That one slips through the keeper's glove. He lost sight of it for a second there. Getting to backstop position there, Samdeep Lanashane, and then pushing it back again. Just the one there, so 6 off the over. NT strike. 413, 12 overs gone.
Shanik Energy 8 Energy भनेकै Red Bull पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या SS ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
मलाई तिमी कस्तो आफ्नै मान्छे जस्तो लाग्छ
माया भन्ने चिज पनि शब्दमा भनिराख्नुपर्छ र
Right, back under 10.
That's ball there, again just pushing through for a single only, and they've really dropped the run rate down. Alarm on for his second over of the innings.
Silk is the key.
Love a wicket here, wouldn't he? They got excited into the turf, and Alarm ready to get him if he was out of his crease, wasn't to be. Strike there.
Oh, that's disappointing. Misfield out there at the deep cover point boundary, and they got back for two. Should only have been one. It was straight to the field. It was well timed by Silk, so fair bit of force in the shot, but really at this level, got to stop that. And they've allowed Silk to get back on strike.
In comes Alarm again. Drive will just be pushed out and then bring it back. They can't seem to break through for another boundary. They haven't hit a boundary since that 10th over, so almost 4 overs now. Rob?
Next player in is the local Matt Hammond, who plays for the Southern Districts club here in Darwin. Very well-credentialed player, but you just sense they're a bit wary of not losing a clump of wickets here. Still lots of overs in hand. Boy, they're running well between the wickets though. Well placed, and they knew straight away, and they took off and got two pretty comfortably.
Last ball, it's over for Alarm. This one not as tight, still yet to concede a boundary, and that one will go through for a dot ball. 4 for 119 after 13 overs here at DXC Arena.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning. नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाटै
Credential player as well. I wouldn't want him to get into a hot streak at all.
Having a long conversation, the two batsmen. They're going to press the go button now with 7 overs remaining. What a long discussion.
Very back with ball in hand now. What for 22 off 3 overs. He break through for a wicket, his first of the night. Squeezing another single through.
Be happy with that. Silk gave himself some room. Almost yorked himself, and he could just succeed in digging it out and hitting it down to a longish mid-off, deepish long off.
Again, good running between the wickets. They've been really, really hot on that tonight. And T-Strike haven't really gone for anything they shouldn't have yet.
Larry's not giving them much. He's just darting them in. That was a really quick ball for a spinner.
Oh, clean bowled again. His first of the night airy, but this Nepalese outfit, they're proving a handful with ball in hand, aren't they? And it's Silk who goes 19 off 14. Matt Hammond will come in. Can he change the pace of the game? Tom Andrews, as we said, yet to really get off the mark, just 6 runs off 9 balls, and suddenly we were talking 200 runs. I think earlier we were talking possibly even closer to 400 Rob Cross. I don't think that's likely now, but that 200 as well potentially looking like it's
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक
दाइ हजुर दाइ आकाशमा जाने हो कि पातालमा कोरिया दाइ
खाम पाइस
wicket he richly deserved. It's been a magnificent over.
That one almost looked like he hesitated on it, but it's safe and it's cleared the boundary. First boundary in a long time since the 10th over. And Matt Hammond is on his way. Area a little bit costly earlier on. Although looking back now, not so much so. It's been a problem. I'd be very happy to break through with a wicket in this over. Try and keep it tight for this last ball now. That one's beaten the keeper, and that you'd think is going to go through for 4. It's wide as well.
Yeah, 4 wides. What a disappointing way to finish. He almost was rushing a bit too much. So keen to get through the over, was he? Just lost that bit of control and undoes a bit of the good work of the over so far. Taken a wicket, had a dot, couple of ones, has conceded a boundary, which is a little bit lucky from the first ball that Hammond faced. But to finish with 5 wides and have one more ball to bowl is unfortunate. Been a good spell.
Delays. The ball went through not over beyond the rope but beyond the light screen as well. This is last ball of Airy's 4th over. Just popped it up a little bit, well fielded. Oh, that had to be quick there. Is that going to be out? Umpire says no. They're keeping them on their toes though, aren't they? NT strike 5 for 130 off 14 overs. And that run rate has been brought well back into tow by the Nepalese team.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै प्रभाव छ जोशको उत्साहको मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
So Nepal winning the toss, electing to bowl, looks the right decision at the moment. They're going at under 10 and over. 6 overs remaining.
And 21 extras as well, which means they could be, in theory, on 109. That one's just sneaked up. Again, had to be tight between the wickets. Just snuck through for one there. Andrews maybe not as confident as he first thought. Hammond back on strike. He seems like he's burst out of the blocks without fair on the first 4 on his first ball. Yet to add much more since then. Straight back to the bowler from Hammond. And Shahab Alam in now. This is his 3rd over.
The length they're bowling is absolutely fantastic. Right up in the block hole. Not too many short balls, and the strike batsmen are having trouble digging it out and working it away. They need to try and change the length a little bit.
Alarm comes again. That one is beaten. All the fielders. That'll go through for another boundary. Andrews slowly starting to build some momentum in his game. Through for another 2 though. Cracks that one again over the top of the fielder's heads and through for another boundary line, the second of the over. And this one may be a little bit more costly than they've been the last 5 overs or so. Its previous 2 overs alarm 6 and 4. Double figures. Now is that wicket in the last over there. Airy. Back live now. And start the 16th over. It'll be the captain again with ball in hand. This will be his 3rd over coming up. Oh, first ball of the over and he's claimed a wicket. It might be that danger now. It is Matt Hammond, the local boy. Gone. Another clean bowl. Rob Cross.
Yeah, great wicket again. Once more, the full delivery and the batsman hitting over the top of it. Hammond goes. And this bowling performance has been absolutely fantastic. Short, early on, dominating. We look set for a huge NT strike score, but once the slow bowlers started coming on, slightly quicker through the air, tossing up the odd one, but their length has been the key. And that was a delicious delivery. That was tossed up a little bit more, hitting all over the top of it was Hammond. And another big wicket. Again, slowing down the scoring rate of the NT strike.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक-ठाक
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ जोश को उत्साह मेहनत को लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Yes, directing some fielders. Bill McMahon coming in. He's off and away. Just pushed through for a single to start his innings.
Pretty good fielding there by Kushal at the on the long on boundary. He got a bit of an awkward bounce, scooted off the turf, which I think he pointed out earlier can get a bit slippery, and almost had to take it Australian rule style over his head.
Marnat's stuck there to get out of the way of the ball, but again they squeeze through for just another single.
Bring the score to you shortly.
Getting close to that 150 run mark as we get towards the 17th over here. Game 5, top end series. That one's beaten one. In the outfield, Airy, he picks it up and gets it back.
Good over by Rahud. He's conceded just 14 runs into his 3rd over.
A little bit of a misfield there. Not too costly. Again, just the 1 run off that one.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.